The lawmakers are trying to pass a bill that would stop countries that are considered adversaries of the United States from buying or leasing farmland here in Indiana.
This bill would also prohibit the same thing for land near military bases or armories. Emily Longnecker is here to explain how this measure would work. Emily.
Well, so far, this bill has had unanimous support among Republicans and Democrats. When it passed out of the House earlier this session, lawmakers are couching this as a food security issue, which they say is ultimately a matter of national security. House Bill 1183 aims to make sure countries who are adversaries of the United States don't set up shop in Indiana.
This might be the most important bill we have in regard to security of all in the state of Indiana.
So which countries are on that list? According to the federal government, Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Venezuela, and Cuba are all considered adversaries. But one national security expert testified before the Senate's Agriculture Committee Monday morning, saying that China is the one that keeps him up at night.
Many national security experts, including myself, believe that China represents the greatest threat to our national security in this generation.
According to lawmakers on the committee, there's currently a Chinese company that wants to set up a grain processing plant in northern Indiana, right near the intersection of two railroads.
That's certainly not a mistake, ma'am. They do their homework and they understand what would be a greatest benefit to a community to give them the access that they desire.
According to lawmakers, that company was already denied access in North Dakota, one of 24 other states with laws like the one Indiana lawmakers are trying to pass. Under House Bill 1183, people and companies from foreign adversarial countries would not be able to buy or lease Indiana farmland, mineral, or water rights. They also couldn't buy or lease land within 10 miles of an armory or military maintenance facility, or within 50 miles of a military base. Any foreign company or person that did buy or lease land would have to provide proof they weren't connected to one of the 6 countries that are U.S. adversaries. House Bill 1183 also has an exception for students from one of those 6 countries who go to a university in Indiana and need to rent an apartment. The ACLU of Indiana says the bill goes too far and would punish people who may have left one of those 6 countries years ago, living legally in the United States for decades.
You are telling them they are no longer welcome here except for as employees of someone else. At the end of the day, we just have to kind of step back and understand what the breadth and scope of this bill is and ask whether or not it represents Hoosier values.
It would appear that lawmakers think that this bill aligns with those values. It passed out of committee today unanimously at the Indiana State House. Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Thank you, Emily. We want to give you some perspective now when it comes to how much farmland across the country there is in the inventory and who owns it.
So the United States has 1.3 billion acres of farmland. Foreign countries own 3% of that land, so that's about 40 million acres.
Canada is the foreign country owning the most U.S. farmland. It owns just over 13 million acres. China owns around 400,000.
So here in Indiana, foreign countries own 2.2% of farmland across the Hoosier state.